Just like Lee Zeldin says right here, if I was a Democrat, attack on me would be the #1 story for an entire cycle. But it doesn't fit the narrative. What is he talking about specifically? Well, he was an attack. The victim in overrun with crime New York, specifically, okay? He was on a campaign trail stop in upstate New York, okay? We talk specifically about the lawlessness in New York City proper, okay? And this story fits perfectly when it comes into the context of greater New York, okay? And the fact that they've just rapidly degenerated into whatever the hell this is at this point, okay? But you can see in the picture right here, okay? You had this crazy motherfucker, David Jakubonis, Jakubonis, I don't know, some fucking Star Wars planet last name, okay? And he was using, you can see it right there, okay? I could blow it up or something like that, or you guys can just click through to the article, but if you haven't seen it or anything, it kind of looks like one side of a staple remover. You know what I'm talking about? It's got the little points on it and whatever, it sticks out. It's kind of like a really shitty knuckle duster, the old brass knucks. If you guys are professional wrestling fans, you know that those are used all the time, right? Or if you're just a really big fan of old street urchin activity in the late 1800s in the UK or some shit like that. But regardless, it kind of looks like that a little specifically. It's a thing that a fake tough guy would give his bitch and be like, here baby, if you want to go out for girls night tonight, here, make sure that you keep yourself safe. You should give that bitch a fucking condom because she's fucking everybody in the club. That'll keep her safer. But still, no. He's going to go up there and play tough guy with Lee Zeldin for reasons exactly. What does he disagree with? I like Lee Zeldin. He stands up. And the fact that he can defend himself against a former fucking army man. Okay, I'm sure he's probably posted a bunch of those fucking copy postals. You know the ones that I mean. I'm a fucking former Navy SEAL and I would just strip the skin right off of you, you fucking peasant. You know, he's one of those fake tough guys, because if he actually wanted to kill Lee, I'm sure he probably has a spare firearm or two from his time in the service, and let's keep it a stack, okay? But this story is buck wild, okay, for multiple reasons, so let's get into some of the facts here. Suspected Representative Lee Zeldin attacker arrested on federal assault charge. Not before, okay, because the attack proper happened July 21st, okay? And then, as you're going to see here in the first sentence, the suspected attacker of Representative Lee Zeldin has been charged with a federal assault and was arrested on July 23rd, announced the Justice Department. Took them 2 fucking days to come up with some charges. It's interesting. It's interesting because the attack happened, like I said, July 21st in the wake of his bid, because he's the Republican candidate, okay, in a very tough position because, again, he's running as a Republican in New York for governor, okay? Hasn't been one of them for a minute, okay? And historically speaking, New York's not exactly the even though it's flourished whenever there's been a Republican in charge, okay? You take a look at what Rudy Giuliani, think of him what you will on the aftermath of the election stuff, okay? But as a mayor of New York City, nobody did it better, okay? Especially coming out of the doldrums of the Ed Koch days. He really resuscitated that city to the end. You compare and contrast that with everything that's happened now, from Bill de Blasio down to Eric Adams right now. Man, you're gonna need something a little bit stronger than a fucking Republican or a former lispy state prosecutor to come in and really fucking resuscitate that flagging city. But Lee Zeldin as a governor, he'd be a definite improvement, okay? But again, you have that overwhelmingly Democratic state house. He'd be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. But he's got all of the right setup when it comes to this, okay? He was a former state senator, okay? He's represented the 1st District, a specific area of the Long Island, okay? He's got all the right endorsements, and enough people in the state potentially could be fed up with all of the Democratic horseshit over the past few years specifically, okay? He's got a shot. It's a big outside shot, and the fact that he's running against Kathy Hochul definitely helps him, because that bitch got a ton of screw loose. I got some dumb motherfucker outside running a fucking engine, some busted ass fucking motorcycle, so if you guys hear please go ahead and fucking forgive that. It's pissing me off. I'm gonna go punch somebody in their fucking dumb helmet if they don't piss off. Christ on ice. Fucking suck started from the exhaust pipe, you loser. But again, just like New York City, Grand Prairie's a fucking shithole run by idiots. But regardless, okay, going back to this, the attacker's name was David Jakubonis, 43 years old, and was taken into custody. So again, okay, cool. It just gives me a little bit of backup on this stuff. Taken into custody July 21st in the wake of his bid to stab the lawmaker during a campaign stop at the Veteran of Foreign Wars post in Fairpoint near Rochester, New York. Jakubonis was arraigned on the same night in Parenton Town Court on second-degree attempted assault, but was released on his own recognizance immediately after. Committed a violent attack, okay? Again, there's a picture from what happened, okay? Committed an attack, okay, and released on cashless bail on his own recognizance. Yeah, man, that's ridiculous, okay? But again, Zeldin's a Republican, okay? Doesn't much matter. Remember when Brett Kavanaugh was almost killed in his home and the would-be assassin was right outside his door? And he had all of the weaponry to do it. Remember how that never hit the headlines? Yeah, no, exactly. Does it start to make sense now? It's almost like they don't fucking care. It's just whatever. At least somebody's talking about it. The assailant reportedly appeared in front of Magistrate Judge Marion Payson. It's hard to tell by that name if it's a guy or a girl, but whatever. On Saturday, according to a complaint filed in the U.S. District Court, U.S. Assistant Attorney Brett Harvey, who is handling the case, described the object that Jakubonis used to assault Zeldin as a keychain with 2 sharp points. Yeah, that's one way to put it, and it's kind of a quasi-knuckle duster, I guess. Okay. The attacker allegedly pointed the object towards Zeldin while saying, "You are done," several times. Okay, if you're going to be trying to stab him in the gut or in the midsection, unless you're going for his neck or his bald spot, I don't really know what you're going to accomplish with all that stuff, you fucking mental patient. According to his former neighbor, Jakubonis, I guess he can't talk to his future cellmate, Jakubonis experienced a rapid decline in his mental health. Oh, great, wonderful. So I'm sure, rapid decline in his mental health, so just pump him full of all of those drugs that don't really help to cure your depression, but more on that sometime this week, because that story is fucking, it's not wild, it's very predictable, and a lot of people have been saying that stuff for years, but we're the crazy ones. Yeah, no, exactly. He experienced a rapid decline in his mental health. Oh yes, feel sorry for the guy trying to kill somebody. Doesn't fly with me. Following the death of his wife, and medical discharge from the army in 2012. So this motherfucker's been on a mental decline for 10 years, and the first time that he wants to lash out irrationally is against a Republican lawmaker. Okay. Classic Democrat behavior, by the way. With the new federal charge, the Fairpoint Army veteran can face up to 10 years in prison. His next hearing is due on Wednesday. That's all nice and wonderful. Fantastic. Zeldin, the Republican nominee for New York governor, extended his gratitude to the federal agencies over the new charge. This is all in service of the stupid, retarded cashless bail system that they have here. Okay, I'm thankful that federal authorities, cool it on the Fed praise there, Lee. Okay, come on now, you're normally good on this type of stuff. Came in to do what New York State's broken pro-criminal justice system could not. Uphold the rule of law. Yeah, no, exactly. Make sure that people don't get don't get jumped and killed, okay? And then again, be held accountable for what they did, okay? Not be released out onto the street. Because again, Zeldin campaigning to be governor in anticipation of the election in November. He's going to be making a fair few campaign stops. He's going to be a very public figure for the time being, okay? And considering the crude attack strategy deployed by this idiot, his likelihood to reoffend or to cause other people serious harm seems higher than most and would require at least some sort of bail. Now, initially when cashless bail was pitched, right, it was for non-aggressive offenders, okay? There's the people who get pinched for, I don't know, what the fuck is the old story? Like a nickel bag of weed. I don't know if that's the thing. Again, I don't do drugs and all that shit. Take your sedations and shove them up your ass, and that's how they get across the border anyways. But no, all of these, it's just the people who get picked up off of racial crimes, they should just be allowed to go out until they come back for their summons, and whatever the fuck shit like that, okay? I can understand that for victimless crimes or just kind of stupid bureaucratical nonsense, okay, cashless bail, that makes sense. But when it comes to violent attacks like this, I don't if people are arguing in good faith, I think that this is probably one of those things that you can come across the aisle and understand that, yeah, somebody doing something violent probably requires at least a little bit of cash bail, okay, cash bond to be put up. Just saying, that makes a little bit of sense. Zeldin, an Army Reserve lieutenant colonel who represented Eastern Long Island in Congress since 2015, is challenging incumbent Democratic governor and would-be messiah, if she had the opportunity, Kathy Hochul. Remember when she was thumping for the jab in different churches out there? Do it for me, do it for God, or whatever the fuck she was talking about. She's a crazy lady. In November's gubernatorial contest. Yes, no, exactly. She's looking for her first election victory because, remember, this bitch was the one who replaced, okay, the Me Too victim, Andrew Cuomo. Not Anthony. There's no Anthony Cuomo. There's Alfredo, and then there's Andrew, okay? So that's why I think he's got a chance. Zeldin's got somewhat of a chance here because I don't know how many people, okay, taking a look around at the rise in violent crimes that in which Zeldin has recently been a victim of. So could this have potentially been staged in order to drum it up for being a campaign point? Of course, there's always that outside chance. But again, you take a look at the different fuck shit that happens, even specifically in New York City, okay? We'll just run it down, okay? Because you got, what, the Fox News Christmas tree that got burnt down by the career criminal who just, oh, you did that? You shouldn't do that again. Just back out on the streets. Make sure you come back for your court date, crazy homeless man. Or you had the old shit slinger there, the guy who took a shit in a bag and fucking wiped it on some lady's face. Okay, again, another guy with a rap sheet longer than his fucking trousers, was released previously on an assault or a robbery or an attempted robbery. Something. He's got that in his back history as well, okay? He was out on that and then stunk face a lady and then immediately got released afterwards. It's an entire fucked situation. But yet, okay, when it comes to cashless bail here, you had Jose Alba, okay, the bodega worker who stuck that fucking simp in the neck after he was trying to rough him up behind the counter. Funny story when you extrapolate all that stuff out, okay? How the tough guy in the Amiri shirt, my mistake, he's not that rich, he's just another poor decision maker. But no. The story about that one was a single mother trying to buy potato chips at a bodega for their kid got their card declined because their EBT benefits weren't coming in or anything like that. And then called in for the simp, okay, the guy who would end up getting stabbed, right? Who isn't even the father for the kids. So again, he's sticking up for a single mother trying to play fucking white knight simp going behind the counter, roughing up a 62-year-old man who's just trying to do his fucking job. It's like, bitch, you don't have the fucking money. No potato chips for you. What are you doing, man? That's for a kid. That's for a kid. Getting all fucking tough and then just fucking punching them, but then not realizing that, oh shit, fucking time's about to go down. Yoink. Don't be fucking treating these single mothers better than they treat themselves, okay? Recreational use only. But we got to get back to this Lee Zeldin thing. That's just my mandatory rant when it comes to single mothers and why motherfuckers are still wifing them up. It makes no goddamn sense. But regardless, okay, going back to what Lee Zeldin had to say past Sunday, I think, yeah, you know, he was out there at Turning Point USA's event down there in Florida or some shit like that. Saturday's broadcast on the Fox News channel, Fox and Friends, Lee Zeldin stated that if he was a Democrat, the attack on him would be the #1 story. It wouldn't just be the #1 story of the day. It would be the #1 story for the entire cycle. Are you hoping for that? Come on, Lee. Okay, I know you were attacked on stage and it's still fresh in your memory, but it's gonna fade like a bunch of other stuff. Take a look again. Brett Kavanaugh, Supreme Court Justice. There's only 9 of them. One of them just about got offed by some crazy motherfucker from California. I think he came from, again, you know, the bedrock of really smart, intelligent, coherent people. It just dissipated like a fart in the wind, but back to this. Fortunately, some others are. Fox has been all on top of it. You're on the platform, okay? You're already there. You don't need to kiss her ass. Let's cool it for a second. I mean, I've been in Congress now. This is my 4th term, and over the course of these years, you've seen... Oh, when you look at the Steve Scalise shooting, I'm glad he brought it up because I was going to. Remember when Steve Scalise was shot and just about paralyzed and killed at the congressional baseball game? And the guy who was doing the shooting was a proud Bernie Sanders supporter. Might have even worked on the campaign or something like that. But yeah. That was like, oh no, that's bad and everything like that. And it goes away. You look at Maxine Waters calling for confrontation of Trump supporters, administration officials at restaurants and movie theaters. Oh yeah, and then going down to the George Floyd pre-closing argument protest for the Derek Chauvin trial. It's like, we want first-degree murder. Or was that Kim Potter? It was one of the two. I think that was Derek Chauvin, right? I think it was Derek Chauvin. But again, she was down there calling for charges that weren't even, being prosecuted. We want first-degree murder. She's not a very smart lady, but still, she's out there deliberately calling for attacks and aggravating very raucous crowd. It's not exactly the smartest thing you can do. Or the Supreme Court justice who are being attacked at their homes and their residence. Yeah, no, they're still out there campaigning and picketing, again, like a bunch of stinky, cat piss stinking women. Knock that off your bingo card. And it wouldn't be the number one story of the day, number one story of the entire cycle, if he was a Democrat. I jumped ahead a little bit because, Lee, you're getting a little bit too loquacious for my tastes. He continued, and they would actually be also calling, I'm sure, every House Republican, asking us for comment and condemn what happened, demanding it. I mean, one piece is whether or not you covered the story, and some have been covering the story that took place just a couple of nights ago. But the next level of it is then trying to assign blame. I'm not trying to blame all Democrats for what's happening to me a night or two ago. That's just not how we're wired. No, I'd be blaming all of them, because you know exactly what they'd be doing. Throw their tactics back in their face, just like a dog shitting on the carpet. You got to rub their nose in it until they fucking learn. And that's what they deserve at this point. Fuck all of them. I'm done playing nice with them. Just fuck all of them, because they push really bad fucking policies, just like this one. It makes no fucking sense. All of their current policies, all of their progressive policies fucking fail when implemented. Stop giving them any rope. Stop giving them any leeway. Just immediately smack them down whenever they make a stupid fucking point. You're better than that. You should be smarter than that. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I should follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.